Whether or not it is recorded before a live, I can't say studio. I'm at my mom and dad's house up in Cranston, Rhode Island. But there are people in the background that are listening to this, and they may speak up, they may not speak up. But this is an informal thing anyway. Okay, so I want to plug my book because a lot of the stuff you see going on today is in that book. And that was written in 2017, but it's really ramping up, especially as weaponizing of weather for nefarious purposes. Now, I don't know what that word nefarious means, but I've heard people use it before. It has multiple syllables, and I'm trying to impress you. All right, extreme weather deaths in the United States are plummeting. Plummeting. This is the 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, 50s, 60s. So now, why is that happening if the weather is getting worse? Well, I don't believe the weather's getting any worse. But the fact is that progress, technology, because of fossil fuels, the energy that the country has, just about drives everything. And to say, well, let's just take this all off and get rid of it, it's economic suicide. And I'm going to show you some very interesting figures out of my state of Pennsylvania. Again, this is nationally. Now, here's the reductions of emissions. Now, this is CO2. CO2 is not a pollutant. It's not. This is crazy. It's a greenhouse gas. That's true, but it is natural to the system. Now, there's other things that we throw up into the air that you can't put carbon soot up in the air, and you don't want nitrous oxide into the air. I guess don't you want that into your pre-workout? I don't know. Whatever. But that's a joke. So you can see we're reducing the emissions. Look at how much the CO2 emissions. The country's already doing this because freedom and capitalism will actually encourage and incentivize, that's a big word too, just like nefarious, actually incentivize people to do these things if there's a reason to do them. But the question is it forced or not? We look at the percentage of the earth in drought has been decreasing. What is wrong with that? Could someone please explain to me why, so we could grow more food and CO2 helps out with plants, why that is a bad thing? There's less and less drought. Now, I'm going to give an example of my home state, what they just enacted, what they want to push through. I want to show you how much this is going to save. Pennsylvania is 4.2% of the U.S. All we did was get what Gina McCarthy said. We were going to save 0.01 degrees over 30 years. Pennsylvania, 4.2%. And so 2050, the measures that are being enacted, which are going to have a lot of economic impact, will save 0.0013 Celsius. I mean, the absurdity of this, it's mind-boggling. And that people are just blindly accepting it. Hey, you go look for yourself and make your own choice. Enjoy the weather. It's the only weather you got.